Hi, my name is Shibomi, and today I'm going to present a report on the content strategy evaluation results and recommendations for Eventful Nigeria. Some of the contents of the report would be an executive summary, evaluation goals, content strategy issues, severity ranking and ratings, recommendations, and organizational rationale behind the recommendations. Eventful is an event planning company in Nigeria that prides itself on their ability to think through the whole event planning process, from the design to developing budget to venue setup and managing the event itself. Some of the goal of event planning itself is to improve their reliability and become the audience's preferred choice, as well as improving on their customer service experience. Some of the methodology that was employed in this evaluation is a content strategy, a content inventory and audit on all 70 pages of the website to help determine the current content strategy, its qualities, identify the gaps using a set of criteria for the content audit. Now, some of the findings, we're able to deduct that users are not able to easily find necessary information on the site. Content inconsistency that does not help build a user's trust on the site. Now, a few of the recommendations, of course, we will get back to the recommendations as we go forward, but a few of the recommendations that content should have images with relevant data that properly explains it. Eventful needs to create contents more purposefully. Now, the goals of the evaluation is to be able to, one, identify content gaps, that is finding out what the current content gap and is and what improvement opportunities are available. Two, content effectiveness. It is very important to measure effectiveness of the current content to see the impact on users. Three, understand the content scope. It will help to understand the full scope of the existing content in terms of consistency and flow, and then creating solutions. Evaluation would allow you to identify the problems in the current content and create solutions to them. Now, content strategy. Some of the content strategy issues that we found during the evaluation is there is no way is one there are no ways for users to search for particular types of event. Two, excessive scrolling and search is required to narrow down to the different types of event that the organization plans and their images. Another issue is understandability. Very few, some of the pages of the website have very few metadata and keywords. There are pictures that do not properly describe the events. Some pages have repetitive information that's dumped from other pages. And then another issue is the readability. Some texts are not readable due to choice of color. Wordy contents are not broken down into chunks, thereby use and for users are probably another one is actionability. Some pages have links with text that are not clickable. They're missing relevant call to actions buttons where it is necessary on the pages, and some pages have dead links. Inconsistencies. Some of the pages on the websites were not consistent with their voice and tone. There were pages which had images and text headings, but no description, but the description parts were left blank. Now, the severity ratings and rankings of the issues that were found is findability. When the users are not able to find the information that they're looking for or have to keep scrolling and searching through the website, they might end up being frustrated or having to leave the site itself out of frustration. Now, readability, of course, some of the texts are too long and they're not there are no editors to break up the text, and the users end up being discouraged to read the text itself. And then understandable users should be able to understand the content on the page. Only then would they be able to address would their needs be addressed, and would they be motivated to take required actions. Actionable content on the website should be able to motivate users to take actions, which in the case of Eventful will be to be contacted for the services. Now, some of the recommendations based on the severity rankings of the content strategy issues that we had discussed is writing style. Adopting the inverted pyramid style would be one way to easily help users scan through pages and access needed information. This is a writing style that involves writing from the most important to the least important. Site structure. Being able to simplify navigation on the site by creating user personas that will help identify users' need and structure the website in a way that allows users to easily identify the relevant information as soon as they go through to open the pages, and thereby simplifying the user's journey. Language, voice, and tone. It's important to make sure that the language matches that of your target audience and make sure information is consistent. To do this, we need to review and rewrite the content on the website as necessary. Recommendations. More recommendations. Metadata. It will be helpful to include the necessary metadata like the descriptions, H1 and H2 tags, and keywords to the site in order to increase visibility. Duplicate and repetitive contents. All contents on the website should serve a purpose. Contents that are duplicated and do not address the needs of the users should be removed from the site. Assigning roles. By assigning the roles and responsibilities and making sure each piece of content of the site has an owner, and as well as documenting changes and updates, helps to prevent delays in creating and updating contents. Now, business rationale for adopting these recommendations are having a clear workflow and content ownership helps to increase content production's efficiency. Another rationale behind this is that including the necessary metadata would improve the search engine's ranking and increase visibility for the business, thereby bringing in more customers for Eventful itself. Modifying content structure, site maps, and utilizing style guides to give brand impression would also help to improve the brand awareness. Now, to conclude this, by conducting a content inventory and audit, we were able to identify the gaps and create solutions to the content strategy gaps. Now, we also provided recommendations that were also suggested to help improve Eventful Nigeria's content performance, increase sites visit, and brand awareness. Thank you.